Hello, good evening. Hello, my dear students. Welcome to English online class. My dear students, I'm your Tharun sir. Today, we are going to learn a new topic, part of our creative discourses. You all know that we have paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 2, we do have 15 marks for major discourses and minor discourses, right? And also, same with the paper 2. In paper 2 as well, we do have 15 marks, which is from major discourse, which carries 10 marks, minor discourse, which comprises of 5 marks. My dear students, last term we really cherished learning diary writing, isn't it? After that, we learned notice writing. After notice writing, we also learned message, how to do a message. These all comprises of 5 marks. There is no exceptional choice given in your SSC board examination Telangana, my dear students. So 5 marks questions or minor discourses in which you are no way getting any sort of choices. You know that, right? So those all we learned previously are the part of paper 1. Today we are going to learn minor discourses of paper 2. Okay? Today what we are going to learn? Today we are going to learn invitation. Invitation, my dear students. Students, let me tell you very clearly. Even though it is part of paper 2, students, to make it very simple and also easy to make you guys comfortable in learning minor discourses for paper 2, I would like to give you a question in relation to our textbook. All right, see, invitation. How we can make creatively invitation card. That is what it matters. What kind of invitations we can do? Students, we can make wedding invitation. We can make marriage anniversary, even though it belongs to the same category, but still, housewarming ceremony, retirement function, or maybe school annual day celebration. These are certain scenarios wherein you will be asked in your annual examination to prepare an invitation card. Today we are going to learn housewarming ceremony. You know that, right, my dear students? Most of the students, government schools, whether you must have completed the chapter, the storage house 1 and storage house 2. I'm not sure about that, but still, if you go doing this, you will have some exemplary knowledge or maybe idea regarding the same lesson that we are going to study. If you have already studied, that is going to be yielded for you. Students, it's a 5th unit. It's a 5th unit in which the storage house 1, storage house 2 is part of your social issues. The unit name is social issues. So, like how the question is going to be asked in your paper 2. Let us see. Imagine that you are in the place of Bayaji. You imagine that you are in the place of Bayaji. dear students, you all read this question. What is the question is all about? Imagine you are in the place of Bayaji, who achieved his lifetime dream to construct a two-storied house for his family. My dear students, he already achieved. What was his dream in his life? He achieved building a two-storied house. Okay? His lifetime dream to construct a two-storied house for his family. Prepare an invitation card. Prepare an invitation card. Prepare an invitation card on the occasion of housewarming ceremony. This is what, my dear students. So today we are going to learn how to prepare an invitation card. What type of invitation card that we are going to prepare today? Today we are going to prepare an invitation card related to housewarming ceremony of Bayaji. Kindly note down, or else I want you guys, I want my all Achievers 120 to take screenshot of this question, which is worth, 5 marks. Paper 2. Students, on a surprise, you want me to tell something? There was no annual examination paper or maybe pre-final paper wherein there is no invitation card in your question paper. So consider this is your 5 marks gaining question. So please do note down this one. Imagine you are in the place of Bayaji, who achieved his lifetime dream to construct a two-storied house for his family. Now what you have to do, prepare an invitation card on the occasion of housewarming ceremony. Okay, so let us see what needs to be done to prepare a housewarming ceremony invitation card. Please take a snap of this, my dear students, or screenshot. Let us don't waste our time. The time is so precious. You know that, right? We have to prepare for lots of other examination-oriented questions. So I'm going to rub, my dear students. So please, I want you guys, each and every student, I know most of the students are kept messaging me. Don't be too late in forwarding the questions, the related answers in your WhatsApp. Do well. If you have any sort of doubts or something related to that, we can have a discussion, or else I'll give you the right feedback on that. Thank you. So, allow me to rub this board now. Students, I hope you must have already taken the screenshot of this question, which is worth 5 marks. Invitation card is so much familiar for each and every student, right? So today let us see some different invitation card. I know that it is related to our creative skills. Yes. Look, I've taken some blue chalk piece. Students, I know that most of you guys are really good at drawing something great, right? So today we are going to draw some invitation card which needs to be really good at looking, isn't it? See, evaluators, they also check our creative skills. Why don't you think on that? So this is my outline border. Technically, what we say, this is for layout. For this layout, it carries half mark for sure. No matter what, layout consists of half mark. You don't even lose half mark, my dear student. This is really important. So I have done something differently. It is not a formal box, rectangular or square box, which I usually do for notice or maybe message or something like that. This is something different which I have done. Okay. So next, what I'm gonna do, students, listen. I wanted to put some heading. What I've written here, Bayaji's Sweet Home. Bayaji's Sweet Home. This title must be very much relevant to the question which is asked in your paper. So I have written Bayaji's Sweet Home. But students, you know what? There is something which the lines that is used, that are used by the host. Who is the host here? Bayaji, no other than Bayaji is the host. So let us see how well he can invite the precious guests of his lifetime. Excuse me. Your gracious presence is highly delighted on our precious occasion. On our precious occasion on 8th December 2020. See how well I have coined these lines. These lines are straight away said by our Bayaji. Isn't it, students? These are quite necessary. So let me do something differently, make it more effective. Listen, students, a small drawing which looks like a house. A pretty house with small bushes over there, bushes missing some trees, okay? And a small pretty home I have drawn on the left hand side, which really tells us that this is something related to the house, isn't it, students? So your gracious presence is highly delighted, see here, on our precious occasion on 8th December 2020. Okay, so here what is important here? Venue. Venue is really important, students. You have to understand venue is really important. Venue. Tara Colony. Tara Colony 20-1-98. 20-1-98. What I have written? Tara Colony 20-1-98 by 0. What is this? This is door number. This is what? Door number. What is the door number? Door number D dot NO or else house number H 20-1-98 by 53. You can write on the either side also, students. It's your wish. House number writing on the left side also it's fine. House number 20-1-98, Tara Colony, venue. Okay? You understood? Timings are really important. I'm doing here timings as well. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Godavari. What I have written? Godavari. Timings 10 a.m. Godavari. Venue Tara Colony. House number 20-1-98 by 98. That's all. House number. Timings 10. Okay, students. Here, what am I writing? You know? Chief guest. Who is chief guest? Listen, students. This is Tara Colony. T-A-R-A-C-O-L-O-N-Y. Tara Colony. Just you can write your own colony name. Timings Godavari. Okay. So isn't it? It's very chief guest. So for our housewarming ceremony, I would like to call any official from the government. Smita Sabarwal, IAS, PDPM. What I have written? Chief guest Smita Sabarwal, IAS, PDPM. Okay. How good, how great it is, right? To whom we are inviting? Chief guest Smita Sabarwal, IAS, PDPL. PDPL is Peddapalli district. You understand? And what are the programs? What are the programs that we offered all our guests? Listen. Nataraja dance, Kathakali dance, old classical orchestra. These are the wide varieties of programs that we are going to offer for our housewarming ceremony. You understand, students? So here we can do something interestingly, okay? And here lunch follows. Lunch follows. Okay, and why I have left here the place, you know, place complements. Bayaji and family. Who is inviting? Best compliments or compliments, huh? With compliments. Best compliments. Bayaji. Who is that inviting? Bayaji and family students. Timings, we have done perfectly. And also venue, it's perfectly done. Okay, the inviting line is really good. Let me tell you some of the indicators, students. This layout is considered to be given half mark. How well you can be so creative. Okay, you know, invitation cards are really different to that of their thoughts, ideas, and moral ethics, which their family follows. This is a title. By this, everyone can make it very clear. Find understanding by this sweet home. Your gracious presence is highly delighted. What I have, the line which really touches the hearts of the guests. Oh my God, see, Bayaji has a humble heart. Not only Bayaji, everyone. We don't use some words, very common words we don't use really in an invitation card, isn't it? Students, why we don't use such? Because this is very precious event in our lives. This is very precious event in our lives. Therefore, some extraordinary things to be done and put upon the invitation card. Your gracious presence is highly delighted on our precious occasion on 8th December 2020. Chief guest, Smita Savarwal, IAS. Cultural events, Nataraja dance, Kathakali dance, old classical orchestra. Lunch follows, it is very clear. And next, best compliments by Aji and family. And here, you know, a beautiful house is being drawn by me. This is about invitation card. Half mark, students, title half mark, line 1 mark. Here we have done 2 marks, okay? And the details of the program consists of 1 mark, absolutely 1 mark, 3 marks, okay? More 2 marks, we have to go ahead. Here, perception, how well we do, how we are planned for our program. That is so important, right? If it is being asked for our annual day celebrations, the chief guest, the guest of honor, and also the cultural programs have to be mentioned definitely on the invitation card. That is so important. So it is worth some marks. That is 1 mark. And 1 mark for this creative work. What represents really an invitation card, isn't it? My dear students, For example, if we do some sort of marriage wedding card or something invitation card related to the marriage, we can draw some knots, or maybe the religious symbols like Omkar, or the Christ symbol or Allah symbol. Depends upon their religion, we can do that, right? Look, students, this is an invitation card. This is purely related to your creative knowledge. And the do's and the don'ts are what specifically required. So look, venue isn't, if I do so better, so creative, but if I forget to do venue and also timings, is it good for us? No guest will appear there, because venue is really important there, right? They have to reach there in time. That too, time is really important. And if I go attend the party, what's next? That is what the cultural events are matter, isn't it, students? Cultural events. And this beautiful drawing, I want you guys to understand that this is an invitation card which is prepared by your 10th standard teacher, Tharun sir. And I know that I want my students to do more effectively and more creatively. This is worth of 5 marks, students. Once again, I will tell the indicators. Layout, half mark. Title, half mark. That represents 1 mark. And also opening lines or invitation lines, 1 mark. 2 marks specifically completed. Venue and timings, 1 mark, 3 marks. And relatively what's next, like what is really important and represents our program, that is 1 mark. And the creative drawing carries 1 mark. That is for sure. So this is all about invitation card. I want you guys to take a snap of this. And students, I wanted to tell you that my Achievers 120. Listen, students, what I wanted to say is, most of the students, if you have any sort of doubts, better you can watch the link. You click on the link which is posted by your technician of CSR CD, and you can watch my class once again. That really helps you out. The way of language that I use in teaching, and also the words how we have to effectively pronounce, that is also really required, isn't it, students? After all, you are all 10th standard. English makes all the difference, students, that you have to believe in. Give more focus on your 10th standard English. You have so many great topics that really help you out in the future in your career. One of those is your creative work, invitation card. Okay? So here, what does this line mean? Your gracious presence is highly delighted. So who is delighted really? Look, I'm inviting and I'm saying that to my friend. My dear friend, your warm presence makes me so happy, isn't it? If you are present on my precious occasion, I wanted to share my joy with you. After all, you are so important in my life, isn't it? So same that says, this line says the same meaning. Delighted in the sense, I'm really happy, more than happy. I'm really little excited, in a mood wherein, oh, this is a joy, isn't it? So that is how your gracious presence, that means your presence in my on my occasion, really, it is got some worth for me in my life. That is what I wanted to say. Grace. Grace is what? In Telugu we say Ashirvadam. Ashirvadam. మీ యొక్క అద్భుతమైన మీ యొక్క ఆశీర్వాదనీయమైన మీరు నా యొక్క ఫంక్షన్లో అటెండ్ అయితే ఎంత గొప్పగా నేను నా కుటుంబం కూడా భావిస్తామనేది ఇక్కడ చెప్పుకొస్తున్నారు అన్నమాట. You understood? So this is how it matters. All right, students, take a snack of this, and I want you guys to understand that this is worth 5 marks. Okay? I'll give you 2 minutes of time I want you guys to understand, look at each and every corner of this creative discourse. This is minor discourse, okay? Look at this. This is Nataraja dance, Kathakali dance, cultural events. Understand the students? All right. If you have any sort of doubts, you can discuss with me. Students, listen. What I have written here, venue, V-E-N-U-E, venue, it is my colony name and it is my house number. And next I have written timings. Next I have written what? Timings, okay? This is Godavari Kani. Venue means the place where this occasion is going to be celebrated. That is what venue. And timing, students are really important. The timing is, I have written time 10 a.m. Godavari Kani. Venue is Thara Colony. That is my house number. Due to the light, if at all it is not clear, make sure student this is venue and timings. Venue and timings. I hope you understand. Okay, students, listen. Look at this. Here, venue, V-E-N-U-E, venue. And here, timings. Okay? And here, the cultural events, whatever you can write. It's on your own thoughts. If you wanted to introduce a skit also, you can introduce a skit. A family audio, video, visual of the childhood days, you can do that, right? After all, this is a family function. Students, I'm making my best to make you understand clearly. This is lunch follows. What is this? Lunch follows. Okay. And here I have written the chief guest name, Smita Sabharwal. She is the IAS officer of Pedagogy District. I'm not saying is it real, PDPO. And this is Smita Sabharwal. And you know what? I made little. Okay. Okay. Students, here it is venue. A colony. See, venue is what the location wherein the program is being celebrated. That's what I wanted here, right? Students, venue, a colony, and this is timings, which plays a major role. Okay. Okay. So this is what the invitation card. Actually, students, if really if it is sure that you are really easy, it is really easy for you to understand. So put some feedback messages or in the WhatsApp related to this. You can take the snap even. And my dear students, it is not that your job is done after listening to this live class. You have to watch the YouTube class even after, because you may get some extra doubts. Some doubts are which relevant while it was in the middle of the questions or questionnaire going on. That is really important, right? So do watch. What I wanted to tell you is, like last time I have a message in our group as well, students. Dear departed one, dear departed two. In that, the skit and even some major parties being eliminated for your annual examination. That is really good for you guys. And also concerned with the 4th unit, theaters, films and theaters, which is really important, right? Films and theaters, what is that really important? The first chapter, Red was with Ray, Maya Bazaar, attribute, which is totally eliminated for your annual examination. So what is really important here? The first unit, and you know what? 5th unit. In 2nd unit, brave pottery is also important. 3rd unit, the journey is important. Never nest is important. Brave pottery is important. You have to understand that. Storage house 1 and 2, like Bayaji, where you have to listen in your classes. In 10th standard, Bayaji is a great role in a chapter, the storage house 1 and the storage house 2. So this is all about our invitation card. Thank you very much, my dear students. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Please keep waiting for the next class. This is me, your Tharun sir. If you have any sort of doubts, you can ask me. And you know, in the annual examination, you can use different sort of pencils. I said you many a time, but no one is giving that important as an annual examination. Some students are really good that they have replied with some finest answers in our WhatsApp paper. I can see that in WhatsApp. I have seen that. I'm really happy for that. But I want you guys to be so innovative and also creative. Use some color pencils. What is there in it? Huh? This is actually creative work. You have got to use some color pencils. See, this is really matters. Thank you. Bye.